Yo, yo. What up? What up? Yo. What up? What up? Hey. Hey, welcome. Welcome to Benny's crib. What up? Yeah, just leave your shoes over there. It's cool. Yeah, thanks. Does that sound cool? Yo, what up? Welcome to Benny's crib. Beautiful people, we are in the most air-conditioned it has ever been for Benny's crib, and that's a beautiful thing because it's hot out, it's summer, the rain has subsided, and I'm excited to be here today. It's another time for an interview featuring an artist out here in Portland doing their thing. We're just going to get right into it. Almond Butter Smooth, thanks for coming through.
What's good? What it do?
How you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling good. Appreciate the air condition.
Vibe check.
Yeah.
Air condition is good. How you liking the interactions with the cat so far?
It's a dope cat.
Dope cat. We got Young in the background, so if you see any
blue
chaos,
eyes over there.
old blue, baby blue in the background. Here at Benny's crib, we do interviews, we talk, and we shout out Yardyton. That's why I brought the cat, because this should be happening already, man. Shout out Yardyton too. This podcast is sponsored by Yardyton. I just want to say that from the jump. We've had our introduction here. There's one question I tend to like to ask people. It really just starts in the beginning of all this, in a sense. And that is, what is your first memory of hip-hop?
My first memory of hip-hop, I don't know exactly what was going on, but I was in the back seat of my mom's car. Shout out Mama Tess. And she was playing some, I think it was The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
It's a great album.
Yeah.
Incredible album.
And I think it was Zion. And I was just like, I didn't know people could like do that, the way like put emotion into something. And I remember it just kind of like, it definitely stuck with me when I was. That's probably the earliest thing I can.
Did you say what age you were, do you think?
Shoot, probably like 2 or 3.
Oh, so early.
Yeah,
like early type memory,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, because like, yeah, that would have came out, yeah. It's like, yeah, 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think that's like right around, I don't even know if I have that early. The earliest one for me, I don't even really say it too much, but I used to say it was Kanye West's, oh man, I'm slipping, Jesus Walks. But that was kind of like the moment that it resonated with me for the first time. I remember like watching it on the couch and I was like 10. However, there used to be a song on this compilation album that like maybe Russell Simmons or some old ass like industry motherfucker made. And it had like Sting and I think like Josh Groban, like stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But there was this Santa Baby, that old like, Xmas song that had Snoop Dogg, Mace, Rev Run, Salt and Pepper, Onyx, and somebody else pretty ill who I'm forgetting. Keith Murray, that's who it was. Shout out, I think it's the Def Squad or the His Squad. I'm mixing them up. Long story short, though, like that was the only hip hop joint in the project, and that would bump in the crib. And I tell you, I was like 4 years old, and it would get me more turned than any other song. And I didn't know what it was, and I remember like, dude, this is special. And it's just powerful when we can have memories. I think at that young and impressionable age in our consciousness, and like. You vivid, like I feel like you can probably put yourself in the back seat right now, can't you?
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's powerful, man. That shit, it's time travel. It's just magic. Mm-hmm. Shout out memories. Let's keep it in the early part of your youth. Where were you born?
I was born in Portland.
Shout out that, hell yeah.
Born in Portland.
Maine Med.
Yep, over at Maine Med.
Same, yo. I'm from Old Orchard Beach, but I was born in Maine Med as well.
94.
Nice, yo. What month?
Then
I'm April '94.
Oh, I'm May.
Nice. Out springtime, yo. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. So are you did you grow up in Portland? Like, have you stayed here your whole life?
I spent like the first 5 years in Portland, then moved to the Bangor area.
Got you.
Like, yeah, Penobscot Nation, like territory.
Got you. Yeah. So 207 shit.
Yeah.
Border wise, at least, like you in this state.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Sweet, man.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I guess one question I think a lot about when I tend to focus on just like youth and early memories of cats is Did you have any like hobbies or interests at a young age that you really like stuck to in a sense?
I play sports. I was an active kid. I needed to do something. Sports was like I was.
Hey, you seem pretty fit. Like you've been outside at least and enjoying the summer.
Yeah. It's yeah. I was a runner as a
Got
kid.
you.
Like I needed to be in sports or else I was
Yeah.
gone anyways.
Yeah.
So it was good to put some rules on it and focus that energy a little bit.
I love no. It's important, man. We have as humans, we can have a lot of energy, and I really find a lot of solace. I think in exercising. And myself, I didn't play too many sports growing up because I grew up on the husky side of things. But that's a whole nother podcast. But yeah, man. Shout out the human body and the power that it possesses in terms of athletic potential, because it's fun as fuck to be like running and climbing and doing shit. I kind of think that like institutionalized sports is mad problematic with like the NBA, NFL, all that type of shit, and like that's a whole different podcast. But again, a huge theme in a lot of these podcasts is cats was like, I played hella sports growing up. Let's pivot though to maybe a different side of things, different part of the brain in a sense. Was there any music or creativity, in your circles growing up, like in the home, with your friends, even with like you?
Shoot, not particularly. There wasn't anybody out here jamming too hard that I was real close with. I was always, but like whenever I did anything school thing, they would always make me the lead and shit. Or like
In terms of like music shit in school?
Yeah, or like if not music, like just theatric, like poetry readings, like things like that. I've always been like
class play
I've had
type
energy.
shit.
I've always had energy.
Yeah.
And I've always been, just able to tap into that energy. That I bring to performance and art.
Yeah, because it sounds like what you were saying too about sports was that you need something to channel that same energy and just being on go and shit all the time. When did I guess this energy get channeled into music? Was it like freestyling off the rip? Was it other parts of maybe like just music in general?
Yeah, so like probably once I got into hip hop rapping through freestyling. One of the things about growing up where I grew up is that it's hella white, and they remind you that you're not white all the time, and then tell you that race isn't a thing. That's all at the same time. So one of the things I realize is when I start freestyling, people shut the fuck up, and I can say what I want to say. And so like anytime I would hear people start freestyling, I'd start inching over, dip in one time, drop like a couple bars and dip out. And then that just turned to probably like a core group of like 4 of us in like high school.
Hell yeah.
Who would just like, freestyle, play like freestyle games type shit. And just a bunch of mostly white dudes and me chilling in the basement, being absolutely ridiculous and probably doing the most creative thing we've done or had an outlet to.
Yeah. Were you back in the Portland area or more in the Bangor area?
That was up in Bangor.
Got you.
Yeah, so that was in Brewer, actually, where we went to mostly like kids. Like my house ended up being like the spot.
Yeah.
We all like,
is Brewer kind of like in the boonies more, like out in the middle?
Brewer's like the South Portland of Portland.
Oh.
So it's like a bridge that connects it.
Oh, of Bangor?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
of Bangor.
Oh, I never knew that, yo.
So it's like a bridge that connects Brewer, and it's a little less city, a little more like suburban-y.
Got you.
And then gets into the rural.
And you said like hella white, obviously, too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean the whole that, especially in like in the late 90s and the thousands. Yeah, we was the only like family of color. There was a couple, but like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's no secret. There's a lot of white racist motherfuckers out here, and like that's unfortunately a theme we hear a lot about too in this podcast. And like, motherfuckers like not having really any chance to like even be heard, and like completely being just throwing racism every fucking day, man, out here. And something I ain't never seen firsthand, so I don't really like to speak on myself because it's nothing I would ever, call myself a, understander of. But at the same time, it's like, that's just fucked up in any regard, man. And I hate to see that shit out here, but it is, I guess, in a transitionary, like, lens right here, like, it's wild that music can have so much power and give you that chance to feel like shit, like, I can do something with, like, not only the energy I have, but, like, energy, like, motherfuckers just throwing at me every day. And I think it'd be cool maybe to, like, talk about some of those memories you have from freestyling with those cats. Like, did you feel like there was a certain part of you that was new, or, like, energy-wise you were channeling, or were you kind of just riding waves that had already been there in a sense? Because you seem like, I fuck with the concept of energy a lot, too. I'm a very energetic person, and it's hard to talk about that shit. You can't really explain it at times. It's more like intuition. I don't know if any of this resonates with you, maybe.
Yeah, I can talk about memory and like, but how I just take on freestyle, like it's what I do. I'm gonna do it by myself. I'm gonna do it with a group of people. I'm a freestyle, and it's a way for me to be present, do a lot of processing, like when I'm with freestyling, if I'm like feeling some type of way. So like that's what I started to discover early on, was that okay, like this can help ground me. This can help like
Just stay present. I mean, that's
present,
a huge thing, yeah.
And there's something too about like hearing yourself say things that like, I don't know, you get certain realizations that sometimes you just gotta say out loud. And I was able to do that with some freestyling and like just be able to give something to myself. And so like an early memory I have, we used to play this freestyle game where we would like, we set up a scene, so it'd be like a prompt to like a writing prompt,
Almost like improv type shit.
yeah. So like what was it was a scene was like you were a clown at work and you just got a call that your son got expelled from school and you got to go pick him up. And so like I don't remember the bars, but I was spitting fire. So I'm telling the story of this clown with these big ass shoes, driving to school, being mad as hell, picking up this kid, popping open a beer in a truck, getting home, and like end up like the kid end up like knocking him down the stairs and killing him.
Oh shit.
Like then I was like, damn, I just
So
like,
he's a violent child.
Yeah.
Got expelled and he killed his clown dad. But you just freestyling all this shit.
Yeah. And so that was like the first time I was like, oh, like I can like
Which
get
was
into
in
this.
high school, you said?
Yeah.
So wait,
probably like
you're 29 right now?
probably 18.
So that's like, 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Damn, man. It's cool to like think about how like how silly you can almost make things, but then how complex they can be in the same token. That's why I love music. That's why I think humor is very important in music, especially even like kind of like like dark humor. Like I guess like that's a perfect example. Motherfucking clown's kid killing him. That's pretty fucking dark humor. Like literally, you got a clown, man. Like straight up. But like, long story short, it's just beautiful that there's duality in like little moments like that kind of just make you look at life in a funny lens and like I don't know, the morbidity of it all.
Yeah, because everything rhymed too. Like it wasn't just like telling the story.
Do you remember any bars from it?
Man, I wish I did.
I like freestyling too, so I'm trying to like think of a bar now, and it's hard right now. Like, to be honest, if I even try to think of one, I'd feel almost like corny saying it. Like you have to have a lot of confidence to be that vulnerable and kill shit like that, man. To be honest, like if you saying shit on a mic, you can't. I mean, you can be, I guess, like not having any confidence, but like I've learned like most of the time you look at a motherfucker and they killing it, they can then tell you like, oh, I had no confidence in myself when I went up, but I just believed in myself while I was doing it, and it worked out, and I just realized, oh, that's why confidence is so key, because you can make literally any freestyle sound fire, even if it's just about like a clown getting his ass beat by his little kid and shit.
Yeah.
You just gotta be rocking it, man.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
That's what I love about freestyling too. Is if you don't commit, or any type of art or performance, if you don't commit, it's gonna be obvious.
Yeah.
Like if you're not present, if you're not in it, it's gonna show.
Especially energy wise, you talk about energy, you feel that shit. You be like, this motherfucker's not even here.
It's gonna flow. You're gonna feel that, and it takes a lot of courage to Be like, all right, yo, I don't know what it's gonna be.
A lot.
I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but I'm gonna put a word out there and build off that, and like, I trust freestyling.
Yeah, a lot of cats don't. A lot of good rappers don't trust freestyling because it's like it's that hard. Like I have homies who are like really elite MCs in my opinion, but like if we try and freestyle and I'm tipsy, I'm making like silly goofy bars, having a fun time stringing 16s together. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I can't think of anything, man. Like I need to like sit at the crib by myself and like get the pen and the pad. It's beautiful how there's so many different forms of expression in general, but like when you look at this hip hop shit and then verbally this rapping shit, it's a reason why I was one of the kind of like it wasn't a pillar, but in the same sense, like freestyling and emceeing, they were almost synonymous. I feel like in the sense of like rocking a crowd, having that courage to like be in front of motherfuckers. Because if you don't do what you're supposed to do on the mic, you'll get clowned. That's why I love this hip hop shit. There's no like other way about it. You might get booed off stage, it might be crickets, but on the same token, on the other side of it, if you kill it, is there any better feeling than a crowd fucking with you, man? Like it's a hard feeling to be. I mean. So I think it's interesting too the amount of I guess respect I give people who freestyle without fear, because it's not easy to do. And like I said, talented MCs who you might say like with the pen is stupid can't do it and shit. And it's one of them things I think people will often talk shit on, like, oh, that motherfucker sucks. I was like, I didn't see you trying to freestyle, bro. Like that shit's really hard too. So
yeah, I mean that right there. For me, freestyle is as legitimate as any other art form. It's not something that just can or should be done before a show or after a show. It's something that, like, motherfuckers can't do, like you said. And there's a real human element to it that I think gets lost in a lot of music. 'Cause errors turn into dope bars in live time. So like that type of rawness and like fault to it, or chips and chinks, is something that like is alive and is building on itself and isn't as polished of a product to consume. That's not the So there's I really fuck with the art form of freestyling. For real.
I feel you too, man. No, I think it's one of my favorite ways to express my mind too. Like all the homies out here know, like I'm always the one freestyling, saying stupid shit and having fun, like, and that's like deep in this main community. It's like videos of me rapping with I think the homie B all like got Aura like behind the was it Joe Rule he was opening for or some shit. Just like having fun like backstage. Like I really personally relate to what you say about being present, and almost like to me like consciousness is almost like it's just such a whirlwind in my head, yo, and being able to be aware of yourself and and not even yourself, be aware of things around you, be aware of things culturally, musically, spiritually, whatever. To intertwine that with your surroundings, to intertwine that with like your own, verbal, I guess like skill in a sense of, using like vernacular to release a story. Again, it's mind blowing to me, bro. Like it literally is mind blowing to me that people are so elite, like the supernaturals and shit like that, who are just like deep in this, who could literally almost like unravel a story in front of you as it's happening. And you're like, how the fuck, and it's rhyming. And even if it ain't like maybe like perfect rhyming, it's slant rhyming, or the energy of the bars rhymes, or it's like couplets, triplets, whatever it is. It's just literally mystifying. I mean, like, I don't really believe in much magic. I do believe in like religion and higher power and spirituality and all that shit in a sense. And I think it's mostly because I feel shit when I see motherfuckers freestyle. I feel shit when I see motherfuckers like on stage. Like, you see motherfuckers drop the mic. Like, there's a big Daddy Kane video floating around right now where he like, I think he's like, it's Big Daddy Kane doing what I should. He drops the mic on accident. The whole crowd's like, uh-oh. And then he picks up the mic. He's like, I fuck up and still make it look good. And the whole crowd goes like, oh. Like, that to me is like a higher power type shit. Like, his mind's like, I fucked up. What rhymes with should? And it's like, I got it. So, yeah, man. It's just very I don't know. It's so hard being like Liddy and being a journalist sometimes because words do not come to you. It's very relatable to hear you talking about these types of themes in freestyle and artistic hip hop expression. And now I think I want to pivot to maybe like, I don't know if it's an important era, if you've always gone by this, but like, when did you adopt the name Almond Butter Smooth? Because it's a pretty unique name, yo.
I got so Almond Butter Smooth. The origins of Almond Butter Smooth. Almond Butter Smooth started off as a playlist, and the origin of the playlist is one day I was chilling with my sister, and we was talking about like our skin tones, and I was like, I don't know, I think I'm like maybe like a peanut butter, and like nah. And I was like maybe like, I'm like a almond butter color. So I kind of rocked out with the playlist, and then from there, just always took it on. I added a smooth in there, and just been rocking with it ever since.
Almond Butter Smooth is definitely easier to search than almond butter.
Yeah.
Because even like doing my research and shit, because I go pretty. I mean, I was like looking for interviews. Like I go like deep. I was searching SoundCloud, Bandcamp, YouTube. And I was like, damn, like every time I'm searching this, I'm getting like recipes and shit for homemade almond butter and shit, and which sounds good. I've been more of a cashew butter guy, I think, because I read something about like cashews being a little bit more fatty with the omega-3s or something. And I already eat a ton of almonds like as a snack. And if we're being real, ain't nothing beat peanut butter. But I be trying to like eat healthy and shit too.
Yeah. Even sometimes almond butter's a little too bougie for the almond butter.
Yeah, it's like $12.
Yeah. I ain't...
What's your go-to almond butter? See, this is a big question. Almond Butter Smooth. What is your go-to almond butter brand?
I do the store brand janks because they cheaper.
Nature's Promise.
Yeah.
That's what I get.
But like perfect almond butter cups.
Oh,
Yeah,
I ain't tried those. I tried sunflower cups, I think, from Trader Joe's. Yeah, Trader Joe's had that. That was good. I think it was. But
yeah,
I ain't tried almond butter cups.
Long term goal, fantasy, have a line of almond butter brands.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, it's in your name, you know.
Yeah, or just sponsor. I'll just have me out here just like.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
almond butter approved.
They'll like make you freestyle about almond butter to get the almond butter. You could do like some rogue TikTok guerrilla marketing shit. Like the who's that gross purple motherfucker they dumping on everybody's timeline?
Oh, motherfucking Grimace out here.
Grimace
purple ass.
Grimace is just fucking doing violent crimes to the population. So what marketing is, like, you wanna know what marketing is? And it's like, it doesn't matter if you, I'm not gonna fucking buy that shit, but I'm talking about it. See, it worked. See, that's what marketing is. America. Anyway,
10 people are gonna go buy a
don't do
McDonald's.
it. Go to Yardie Ting. Do 10 push-ups. Go to sleep.
Get you some
wake up
oxtail.
and go to Yardie Ting. Exactly. Think about it. Your dollar is your vote. I'm very big on it because fuck the system. Allegedly, though, Almond Butter Smooth, you came back to Portland at some time because I've seen you out here in Portland freestyling and shit.
Yeah.
But these stories we're talking about and the origination of your name, or actually, where did you originate your name? Was that in Bangor? In that area, excuse me?
Yeah, I started in Bangor. I lived in
Brewer, right?
Brewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived in Brewer.
I gotta be accurate.
Yeah. Brewer, Maine out here.
So when did Almond Butter Smooth return to Portland?
I came back probably. What was that? Probably 20. I think that was the year. So like 2014. Left Brewer cause fuck the Brewer police.
I mean, fuck police in general.
Yes, for sure.
Goes with, it's a hip hop podcast. Come on, man.
Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't safe to be there anymore. Bounced. Lived in Auburn for a couple months, and then from there I came down to Portland. Had some buddies.
Hell yeah.
Moved in with them. Kicked around here for 5 years. Bounced to Austin for a little bit, and then came back.
Austin,
right before
Texas?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Texas. And then right before the pandemic hit, I came back for I thought was gonna be a brief minute, but We out here now.
Sweet. Well, let's get into some questions then. I mean, you don't have to talk about or can talk about as much as you know want. Again, that's the biggest thing about Benny's Crib. To anybody watching at home, Benny's Crib is a place for artists. It's a place for creatives. And if you're watching this, and you're a fan of this, shout out you for supporting. You already know this, but if you're a first-time person, if you're a first-time guest, we really do try and cultivate an area where people can be themselves and feel, I don't know, like, it's a kind of played out term in this whitey America, but like safe space to me is a very important term. I want to be in spaces I do feel safe and like legit safe. Like motherfuckers get what's going on out here, how hard it is out here, and how, special it is to be in places maybe you can be your full self and not feel fully judged maybe, as much as one human, can try to be at least. So, long story short, I want to articulate that vibe to you as a first time guest here. Like, anytime you're talking about anything here, and to anybody at home who's going to be a guest or was a guest, you always know. There's never any judgment if you want to rant or if you want to be like, yo, I don't want to talk about that. So I just want to say that because what brought you to like Austin? Like, what were you doing down there?
I got peoples.
Peoples?
I got family in Texas.
Got you. Just on some life shit, traveling and seeing different part of the country in a sense.
Yeah. I tend to just go where like I got people's ads and I got people's.
No, I know. I fuck with that, yo. You energy, you stay moving, man. Mm-hmm. Any lessons or big life takeaways from your time in Austin? Like, it's a pretty different place from Maine, I'm imagining. I've never been there.
Yeah. So. I did a lot of practicing when I was in Austin.
Freestyle
practicing, rhythm, just got into music and lyrics in a different kind of way than I had in the past. So it was really, really nice to practice. But I mean, the trip I drove from Portland to Austin, that was a really good ride. Met up with a bunch of family. Center my relationship and family. Like that's probably the biggest things, takeaways, and
that's beautiful. I mean, that's
that time.
That's like maybe the most important shit in life, man. Is people we have and even like where we came from and who our family is and shit, man. Mm-hmm. That's some beyond real ass shit. I guess we can bounce back to where we are right now geographically, Portland. So you said you came back to Portland then, right before the pandemic?
Yeah.
And I believe you made it seem like it wasn't going to be a long-term thing, but then kind of everyone got hit with that big, post-Epstein reset button in a sense. So it's like, I guess, what did you find yourself channeling your energy with when the world started to shut down? Because you seem like a pretty active person. Like, were you finding you kind of to switch up how you were flowing in a sense? Because I felt that way personally. Like, I felt like I was like going wild, like stuck inside.
I mean, it was tough not to be around people. That was, I think, like being someone who definitely gets energy from small increments of social outings.
That introvert extrovert fine line.
Yeah, I gotta get the battery up, but it runs out quick too on the other end.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it was pretty solid for the most part. Was able to kick it with my mom's and my fam.
Shout out that.
Yeah, so, but, that can only last so long. Definitely was getting itchy.
You gotta do you.
The skin was itching. But yeah, I got to try out, I think, just work on some other, like, practices and stretching and yoga. Did a lot of, like, exploring of.
Are you big into stretching in the joints and shit?
I think we touched on this earlier about, like, I don't know, just like sports and athletics in general, and how there's like a toxic side to athletics.
like the institutional, like capitalistic side. Yeah.
And I think that also gets into like some weightlifting, the way we perceive like our bodies and whatnot.
1,000%.
So I really just focus on like movement and like so-called exercise as ways to like engage with your body and build a relationship.
Yeah. No, I mean that's real. I mean, like I used to be. I'm like, I think I weighed myself. I'm like 172 today or whatever it was, 173 maybe. I used to be like 215. So I used to like really not understand how important it is to like have that relationship with your body, and your body speaks to you. And I feel a lot like in my joints specifically, according to what I eat, how much stress I have, how much I'm not sleeping, what I'm avoiding mentally, and even in like that spiritual energy plane. And like legit, like I don't do yoga, but I got a little mat in there. I probably should hit my YouTube grind a little harder. But allegedly, I'm big into stretching too, bro. Like I really would say, like if you have like a rough time with mental health, you have a rough time with life, and you ain't feeling your body, your mind, like diet, sleep, stretching, bro. Like those couple of things completely changed my life around, man. And like it is wild how again, you have that relationship with your body. I mean, like, I even feel weird, like, starting to talk about, like, stretching on, like, a podcast because I feel like I'm turning into some, like, fucking bar stool bro. Because, like you said, there is that, like, kind of toxic side because it's, like, weird. There's, like, this objectification and, like, possessiveness to look good and shit. Yeah, like, you want to look good. Yeah, you want to, like, you know, try and be macking for who you finna, like, attract and shit. But at the same time, it's, like, I want to look good, like, I guess, but, like, I really just want to feel good, man. I want to wake up and be like, oh, wow, like, my body's thankful that I got rest and that I didn't do dumb shit last night before bed. So I can maybe, you know, eat 13 turkey burgers the next week if I want and shit. But I'm going on a rant here. That's what we do on the podcast. But shout out to human body, man. Like, you got to do you always. And I moved many years with my vessel very, like, blocked up and angry at me. And, man, like, when you switch that shit up, I feel like life is, like, infinitely better. I can't even describe it. What's your go-to? Like you got like a little stretching routine? You got any go-to stretches?
Yeah, I mean, I throw on some YouTube. Like I definitely ain't no yogi out here. But yeah. I mean, I just really feel you. I think that I try to be conscious of like my body and like how movement moves. Probably like one of the things I will really like hyperfixate on sometimes. But it's for me like your mind does not exist without your body. It's a circuit. Like if you're not getting blood to that brain, that mind, it's gonna shut off.
Neurons and shit.
And so like having a connection with your body for me is enhancing the mind, and like it's not that different. Like there's
the same shit, bro.
Yeah, like you people say like you get a high after a workout. That's because your body is connecting it's connecting like usually different neurons in different ways that hadn't been using before, and your body's loving that.
Straight up.
It's like boom, like I'm feeling good.
Straight up.
So like that, and that part is more than just like getting your bicep bigger. It's more than just like
way bigger than that.
It's your brain literally building a relationship with another part of yourself and your body.
And it's power, like to know like you can do that, like to especially when you have those times where you're like, I don't want to do that, and you maybe start to feel things about you that you know are there that like maybe rely on comfort or something, which is very important. You know, this is toxic grind culture we're in, and you best bet once this podcast is done, I'll put my feet up and resting. But at the same time, comfort is a bitch, and it can really, you know, I think get you in a mode of like fear sometimes, and being like yo, like we actually like animals, and life is like fight or flight sometimes, and like if you can't control that shit, like it's gonna control you, and that's just like a reality I've had to learn myself. And it's a beautiful thing when you be like, fuck, like I don't want to do this, I don't want to go for that walk, I don't want to stretch today, I don't want to do those push-ups, I don't want to go to the gym. But it's like, maybe, like one thing I've done, especially with exercises, I might have expectation to do a certain workout. I can listen to my body and be like, I can't do this specific workout, but I'm still going to do something small. I'm still going to stretch. I'm still going to put my headphones in and walk around the city for 20 minutes just so my body can feel itself and be like, all right, you wanted to do this, I can't do this. But it's like, it's weird, man. Like, it sounds silly, but it's like, you literally hear like your body in your mind. And if we talk about this, I probably won't get into this because could be a whole different podcast, but gut bacteria and the relationship between the gut and the mind is stupid powerful too. That, like, when you really think about how you said the mind and the body are one, the gut is an exact fact of how that is a truth in a sense, in my opinion. Like kombucha, probiotic, Greek yogurt, like you start taking that shit, your brain starts going It's funny, man. Much like the energy and freestyle relatability, I too relate in the power of preserving and listening to the body. Almond butter smooth. Let's get back to the music though, potentially.
Let's get it.
Let's talk about getting back kind of like out there, like once venues started opening up and like after like the pandemic kind of. I don't like to say like pandemic ended because that's not really true.
Mm-hmm.
But once COVID-19 wasn't as highly fucked up as it once was, and venues started opening again. How did it feel to kind of get back out there? I saw you a couple times like freestyling. I'm trying to think, maybe like at the Aphodian, I believe, with freestyle. I think it was Freestyle Friday, Mechanics Hall, maybe even like outside. I saw you like freestyling a lot. So, what was this energy like for you to be back out there?
I mean, I think that energy came from me finding a community in this space that I didn't think I could possibly do. It had a lot more intentionality with like. So I hadn't performed much. I'm still like, I don't be getting on stage and whatnot, but I always freestyle, and like I've been around Portland freestyling at places for a good chunk of time, because if there's a cipher, I'm gonna be there, and if I'm there, I'm freestyling. So coming back, the energy was just different because there was more spaces to do that I felt safer, like you were talking about,
yeah,
where I could be myself, be around people who also wanted to create in a way that felt authentic, and honestly was a black and brown space, like, because it is the importance of that community, and like it's odd that it came after the pandemic, because I felt more in community than like beforehand, where some people might have felt different.
I feel you, man. Like life got really fucked, and I don't know, personally, I appreciated shit like community shit like heavy, and it meant so much to me at that time, especially.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, more spaces that I felt comfortable in to do my thing were created by some dope people, and was part of creating that, and like continue to try to have spaces like that, cause yeah. So, and now like I get to jam with some dope ass musicians, and do it how I really love to do it.
Tremendous. It's a great segue. How did you link up with Graphic Melee? Shout out Graphic Melee one time.
Yeah, so Graphic. I mean, I've been dipping. I've been going to Monday of the Mines. I was going there for a minute. So that's where I first saw Graphic Melee, and then have just appreciated the man's as an artist for like a good solid number of years since I was in Portland, and then shout out Freestyle Friday, had some more opportunities to jam with him.
Yeah, because I've never got a chance to pull up to any of those, unfortunately, but I believe, was he like DJing for those, or at least like just like he was a part of that, correct?
So yeah, Freestyle Friday was put on by Signature Soul, which is Marco Solo and Signature Mimi. I hosted a lot of the Freestyle Fridays.
Yeah, that's where I first saw you popping up in maybe like 2021, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yep. So yeah, that's put on by Signature Soul. Hosted that quite a bit, and like helped with the setup and just hold down the area. And Graphic was like a regular, just like coming through.
He be pulling up. Shout out Graphic Melee again. He always out here, man.
That man's
new album, Growth and Decay, out now. By the way, go get that.
Go get that shit.
Go get.
Yeah. Shout out Graphic. Go get you Grow a Tomato. Buy album. So yeah. So just started jamming. Graphic always come through. Man knows how to play the hell out of a bass. Got beats for days.
True.
Always making shit creative. Got bars when we freestyle too. Like man's is. So yeah, we just had jammed a couple times at Freestyle Friday and just vibed and continued to make music. And one of the other people who also was vibing with, and a hell of a musician out here, Dan Capaldi, Sea Level. That man's
damn jam.
Yeah. So that
you're getting right ahead of me. I had to literally.
Oh shoot.
I had it.
I can pull. All right.
No. You keep it running because I literally was gonna say like, Graphic Melee, Sea Level, Damn Jam. How did Damn Jam form?
Damn Jam form was like, yeah, the Embers were in Freestyle Friday for sure. Dan and Graphic were there regularly. Like I said, Graphic either on the ones and twos, spinning something, or you pick up a bass, and then Dan was always in the drums. And as a rapper, love me some drums. Was as a rapper who really likes rhythm,
Necessary,
like Sea Level. The way that man plays the drums is just dope, and always connected through that. And one of the things that was just really dope was how we all like go in there, improvise. It was just like a session of us like talking and kicking it back and trying to like just be in a space and create something that we don't know where it's gonna go, and continued with that. So the three of us just ended up just linking up, and now we regularly come to a space and improvise and explore like we explore like shit in real time.
Tremendous.
Get back to the freestyle stuff.
Yeah. Excuse the cat.
Hey.
Yo, you be bugging out. Don't be eating that spider plant. Spider plants are psychedelic for cats, so she's gonna be bugging the fuck out in T-minus 17 seconds. Damn Jam. Was it from the jump a vibe of let's just be present and create something for this moment, or did you ever conceptualize maybe we want to put this on wax or record it at least? Because was I tripping, or did I see you guys in the studio recently maybe?
Yeah, so one of the things that's really cool about Damn Jam is that Sea Level is also an amazing audio engineer and producer. And what we do is really create almost like album quality jams. So we'll be in a studio, we'll have headphones on, and we will get into a damn jam. And from that recording, we're able to do a little mixing, get the levels right, and we can even get that ahead of time so that in some of the ways if we invite people in, they're able to hear the live mixed version of our damn jam. So in essence, we make studio jam sessions, and they're fire.
You think you're gonna drop them for the public ever?
We got some. We might have a thing or two available.
Allegedly,
we might put out a thing or two for people to come through. But
well,
if you want to
experience
a damn jam, you gotta come through and figure it out
in person. And shit. Yeah. I mean, that's what it's about. Again, it's very. I mean, I saw y'all at a Fodian, like that's how this kind of conceptualized. Actually, that's where I met you, I think, or like officially met you. I'm trying to think. Shout out to Fodian too, man. I like places I put on unique shows. It's very important, especially with Portland getting all motherfucking like, ain't even gentrified anymore. It's like gentrified on steroids.
Polished.
It's fucking like I'm seeing shit pop up in Bayside. I'm like, what is this? Did we need a cycle bar? Like, come on, Brody. Like, can we get some affordable housing up in this bitch? But that's like a 10-part podcast, and you can thank Reaganism for that. However, let's get back to the rapid fire questions. Almond butter smooth.
All right.
We've been here for 43 minutes. How you feeling? Vibe check.
I'm feeling good.
You having a good time?
Yeah. Okay. Rocking.
Good. I like hitting rapid fire questions around this time, and then we can kind of encapsulate where the future may or may not be going and say our farewells.
All right.
So if you're ready. I just want to make sure the cat ain't ruining the plan. We Gucci, man. First question. Favorite rapper when you were in middle school?
Kanye.
Would you rather have a horse or a moose as a companion?
Horse.
Go-to Portland food spot?
Flores.
So good, bro. I've had Flores like twice the past week. It's so good, bro. Shout out Flores, man. If y'all want to sponsor me too, man, it's all good. But y'all eating always in my heart is number one.
Shout out.
Something that helps you out of a creative funk.
Getting outside.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Place you'd love to perform.
Would love to or love to?
Would love to.
Yo, I want to perform in every single one of my homies' future homes.
I like that. Nice family. I was gonna say like nice big houses, but you don't always need a big house. I was thinking like nice, purposeful, family living houses where you can get a lot of shit done, and a lot of motherfuckers can live in harmony.
Yeah, and then we just start ciphers in your kitchen.
As late night, there may or may not be herb smoke in the kitchen. I don't know nothing about nothing, but if I'm there, I'm definitely out back. And if it's cool, I'm definitely in the kitchen. Allegedly. What's your second
Waking up
favorite
the kids
season?
and shit.
What'd you say? Wait,
Said waking up the kids and shit.
Oh yeah.
Spin
Oh
bars.
yeah. If it's children inside, I'll be smoking outside, allegedly. But the kids would be waking up because we dropping bars. Quasars, cop cars, NASCAR. You already know. It don't even matter. Second favorite season though.
Second favorite season?
Second favorite
Fall.
season. What's your first favorite?
I like summer.
Summer's a
Like
good
that
one, man.
heat, yo.
It's kind of like the. I was trying to think of something that's like just the best in it. Like, for me, like a chicken sandwich. Like I don't even really. I've cut back so much meat in my life. I'm not gonna front, but like I don't care. If I see chicken sandwich on a menu at a place, I'm at least thinking about it. And I feel like summer is like the chicken sandwich of seasons for me. It's like I don't want to give it always props. I'm like, there's gotta be something better. Like, come on, no. It's just summer, bro. Like summer's so fucking like. It's just so nice to know. Like when I hit the block tonight and say peace to y'all, the warm air is gonna hug my shoulders and they're gonna be biting me. Summer night, shirtless on the block, smoking dope in your chains, looking at the stars, playing music. Fuck them. It's 9/11. What's the next question? Do you think dogs know about atoms, like nuclei and protons and shit?
It's supposed to be rapid fire?
Yeah.
No.
Who's a musician who inspires you?
A musician who inspires me. Graphic Melee.
Shout out Graphic Melee. Growth and Decay is out now. What's a personal goal you still have?
Melee stand podcast. A goal I still have?
Yeah, this is a great Graphic Melee. Yeah, shout out. I'm not help, but like I'm Brian B's sponsoring the Hip Hop in the Park event. Like we fucking pumped about that.
It's a stand
Graphics
podcast.
doing what he's doing, man. Graphics out here putting on for hip hop. He's doing it, man. Ain't some fugazi bullshit. But we should get back to the. But no, that's what community is. Community's giving motherfuckers them flowers while they still here. So hope Graphic is smelling these flowers. But what's a personal goal Almond Butter Smooth still has?
Personal goal I have is just to be honest, love and practice my craft, and get people to put some respect on some motherfucking freestyling.
Tremendous. Last one. 207 artist you'd like to work with.
Do I have to say it?
You don't have to. You can say
So
pass.
graphic.
Graphic Melee. Oh, I got you. It's like, no, like, you already know who it's going to be. It's Graphic. I have a Graphic Melee CD somewhere there, and I got a USB. I'd be supporting. I should put them right here. Shout out Ghost Dog, though.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, actually, what were you going to say?
I mean, there's a bunch of dope artists out here.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit.
Yeah. Obviously, working with like Sea Level. Yeah, I'm gonna not say somebody and just
I got
feel
you.
bad
Yeah,
about it. So we just gonna leave it at Graphic.
You gotta be political sometimes. Shout out the rapid fire. You survived. Let's kind of wind down here. Kind of wrap it up with some larger thematic questions. Let's just talk Maine and Portland real quick. We might have touched upon some of these things too, but is there things you like here? Anything you want to shout out about this area? But like type of energy you want to see more, maybe,
Yeah, I mean, there's a high concentration of incredibly talented people in this space, in this area, that are making this place livable.
Yeah.
Creatively with the life they bring, and like there needs to be more spaces for creatives, especially black and brown creatives out here, owned by them, putting on their own shit, because they out here and we got some incredible people who care a lot about their craft. So just seeing more of that. Yeah, more black owned shit, black brown owned collaboration, and motherfuckers stop fucking around with Wabanaki sovereignty.
Yeah, I mean, America was founded on the genocide of the indigenous people, so never forget that.
Also, fuck Janet Mills. It's your whack ass.
Anything you dislike about the area in Maine?
Oh, I was getting there.
Yeah.
Fuck Janet Mills. But I'm taking myself a grade.
Yeah, because that was
with that.
Yeah, always remember you got to speak your mind, but motherfuckers is always watching too. So that's one thing to remember. But I'm gonna say this: didn't Janet Mills fucking go against protecting the Wabanaki land recently? Is that
man? This lady wants kids in jail.
It's fucked up shit, bro. Like,
doesn't think Wabanaki people should have the same rights as everybody else.
Just straight disgusting.
Just dunking on farmers,
just
saying they can't get protections.
Reminder of colonization's effect on the state at the state and national level. So maybe that's kind of the energy that we don't like around here in a sense.
Yeah. I mean, that's like I said, freestyle is a place to do that, and like
channel that shit.
Hey, can't be policing your talk all the time.
No, hip hop is not a place, especially when you police that talk. Hip hop is a place where motherfuckers, in my opinion, it's imperative that they speak their mind. But again, that's just me. I'm a guest in this culture, and I'm here looking at it like with a lot of love. And I'm just trying to, adhere to the history that like Kool Herc and Coke La Rock was putting up like 50 years ago now. So shout out all that. And Almond Butter Smooth, can we talk maybe about some plans that you have, some dates and things we want to plug and just anything?
Yeah. Shout out Sounds and Sizzle coming up this Friday.
And just in case it doesn't,
if it doesn't come up, Sound and Sizzle dope ass sound and food festival that's gonna be put on in Congress Square Park. A lot of dope vendors, great artists that are coming through. So shout out Sounds and Sizzle.
And if this is like posted afterwards, that was a dope ass time, wasn't it?
Yeah, that shit was lit. We did the damn thing.
There you go, man. And then obviously the hip hop.
Yeah, August 11th coming out with the 50-year hip hop anniversary. We're gonna be celebrating hip hop birthday. So we'll be out there with the damn jam doing the thing. And yeah, if you just keep an eye out for the damn jam shit.
Yeah, yo.
And
where can people tap into that?
Right now, probably best place is Instagram, Almond Butter Smooth. And then for damn jam shit, damn _jam.
Perfect. I had a random question. It's very silly, but I like to express myself. Are you anti crunchy peanut butter or nut butter?
You know what? I don't discriminate against the butters. If there's gonna be a butter in front of me, I'm probably gonna like it and eat it.
Better than no butter, right?
Exactly.
Crunchy butter.
Any butter's better than no butter.
That's a great quote to somewhat end it on. The last question I do tend to ask before we do our final shout outs and thank you. You know who's gonna get thanks? It's gonna be Arlington. We'll get to that. First off, just thanks for coming through. Like I said, try and hit those dates if you can. And the final question we have for Almond Butter Smooth here at Benny's Crib: where will Almond Butter Smooth be 1 year from now?
Butter Smooth 1 year from now. Probably still out here making music, freestyling, building community around here, and creating space. Stay doing the damn thing. I'll be doing the damn thing a year from now.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it will be. And that's what it was before us. And this podcast is sponsored by Yardington. There's infinite things you can get on that menu. Infinite combinations. Just go. Give them your money. It's delicious. And I guess that's really it, man. I'll be at Hip Hop in the Park. Hopefully I'm trying to pull up for that for show. And for Sizzle. And if I see y'all, let's say what's up and show some love. Shout out Soto on the instrumental. Fuck white supremacy. Finesse the system. And we'll see you next time. Peace.